Okay, everybody, I'm back in the art room. So here's where we're going to get started. These are scraps that I had when I was experimenting with what I was going to do with this beautiful Venetian beauty. And so I just grabbed some, and they were basically the right size. I could cut them down. I'm going to cut some of them down, you'll see. But it will match this card. So she was already pre-printed. On one of the pieces of paper, you can see she's smaller on this. That was one of the printouts from the Debbi Moore CD. And these were some of the backing papers that I used. I used the parchment paper right back in here. That was inked. And this was the background paper. And this is a piece of card that it's just a preformed card. I bought a whole bunch of them. I think it might have been Kanban, but I'm not really sure. You can get them at the at the craft store. So to save time, the ones I knew that these were okay, these were wide enough. See, that's going to go first. This is going to go second. And be slightly smaller to mat it. And this is going to go third as a strip down the center. I know that I want my card to be just slightly showing a little bit of white along the edge because these are mats. So I'm going to make a little mark here. And a little mark here. And I'm just going to go and cut that off. This will be the first mat that goes down. I've decided I'm not going to ink it because I want it to be a little bit brighter than the other piece that I did. So, where are my marks? There's one mark, there's the other. I line it up on the cutter and just cut it off. There's my first mat. Second mat. Again, lay it on top. See, that has a little white edge all the way around. I rarely ever measure anything because math and I do not get along. So I avoid math. So this is going to be approximately here, showing a little on the bottom. And here. And that's about right. Again, I'm going to line those two dots up and cut straight across. Where's my dots? There's one. There's the other. And cut it off. Now these little scraps I probably won't save, but don't throw your scraps away because this is a prime example of how they can be used. I knew that these were the correct width, so I went ahead and pre-taped them on 3 sides. I knew they were the incorrect length, so I left the bottom blank. I'm going to lay a piece of score tape on that. This piece I pre-cut, and I put these little pop dots on it because this piece is going to stand up. This is what I used. Just pop. I think I got them on eBay. They're just little dots that hold it up, so it makes it dimensional. Tape on, but I have to measure it. I want this one to line up at the top of the brown mat. I want it to be the same size as the bottom mat lengthwise. So I'm going to cut that off in a box for someone and gave them as a gift. My goodness, that would be just stunning. So now she's going to go here, and I'm working out the feathers. I really love these feathers, and I love the pretty color that it brings to it. The flowers are going to go around about here. The feathers give it some texture and some extra color. Now, I've decided on this card that I'm going to use some Print Magic. That's Debbi Moore. Basically, it is embossing powder. I have all kinds of embossing powders. I think when I bought I went crazy with Debbi Moore. That was all online. I think when I bought all those USBs, I bought the Print Magic along with it. I can't seem to stop buying Debbi Moore's stuff. So I discovered something. This is a Zig pen. It's basically glue. But it gives you control over where you want to put it. So if you put the glue all over this, and then you put the Print Magic, which is angel wings, it makes it look like water. I was very excited when I discovered this. It was just a thought that came to me last night, probably while I was trying to fall asleep. This is the first time, today is the first time that I've used this pen. I've seen it used, but I've never used it myself. And, boy, was I thrilled with it. Like, I don't know why I haven't used it. I've had it for at least a month. So, when I tried it out the first time, I did it as a sample, and I was very conservative with it. And then I came to realize that if you use it heavier, it literally makes this look like water. It's exciting, right? You just sprinkle it on. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on camera, but if you have a chance, try it, because it is just gorgeous. I'm going to take it off the edges and her hair because I don't want it there. So that's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it. That's what it looks like before it's dry. It's got like a whitish film to it. Just brush it off the areas where you don't want it. And now you just grab your heat tool, let it get hot. I hope that you can see this. I can see why they call it magic. As you heat it up, it melts the embossing powder. With the Zig pen, it also melts the glue. So the glue is blue on the Zig pen, but I found out, at first I thought it wasn't going to work, but then I found out that the glue actually does go clear after a few minutes of getting hot. So my camera shut off again. I don't know why it keeps doing this. My husband thought he had it solved, but it wasn't. So you missed the end of this, but it's not. It's really a no-brainer. All I did was take the two feathers and I laid them down and glued them right under here. Then I took the topper and I pulled the paper backing off of the pop dots and I laid her down there. And then I took the hot glue gun and I glued the two flowers to it. And that is the finished product. And it's lovely. The inside is like this. You open it up like this. Now, if you give this as a gift or a card that's similar to it as a gift, you can package them together and not write anything in there, and then the person can give it also as a gift. You have two matching cards. You could ink the white up and make it brown so it's more color coordinated. If you made, I think if you did it as a gift for someone as gift cards, 3 would be nice. But that's the whole of it. That is using scraps. So, or you could just use it, just, you know, if you want to send someone a note, just use it yourself. You don't have to package it together. Then they wouldn't have to match. So, that's the beauty of using scraps. There you have it. That's the first tutorial. That one was kind of long. It was 30-some minutes, and sorry about that, but that was more intense. This one, much shorter. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the little tour of my art yard. And I'll be back with more tutorials because I'm enjoying this. Have a great day, everyone.